Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Today I'm going to be showing you guys some finger exercises that are going to help build finger strength, accuracy, and overall technique. So before we get to the actual fingering part, let's make sure that we're setting up straight, that our base isn't lying back or hanging forward or any of those ways. And then with our left arm, we want it to be straight in the air, not tucked into our hip or lying on our laps or anything. And then as for our fingers, make sure that they're pointing up at the back, thumb also up, not sideways or anything. And you want it pretty much in the middle of the neck, behind your middle finger, which we call our second finger. So what we're going to do one finger per fret. And we'll start on the 5th fret, just so the spacing is not too extreme in any way. So we're going to start with that one. Then while it's still down, we're going to add our 2nd finger. Same thing with the 3rd, in the next fret, same thing for the 4th. And then we move to the next string. So you lift them up as you go to the next one. And then they support each other as you go. And make sure you get each note to ring as long as possible. And then we're going to shift up a fret, the whole position, and then we're going to start again on the 1st finger, going to the 2nd, to the 3rd, to the 4th, and then we go down a string. And the same. Making sure we go slowly and get each note to ring in its full glory. As for our right hand, you want to make sure that it is right on the string, no turning this way, nothing parallel anywhere, except for our thumb, which is going to be like our anchoring point. And then we're going to make sure that we alternate between our index and our middle finger. So as you go, on the 1st fret, you've got your index. 2nd finger, you're going to have middle. Index, middle. Index, middle. And we take this nice and slow. Then we shift this whole position up. Same thing when we reach this point. I'm going to go up one more. Keeping the 1 finger per fret, index, middle, movement going, and eventually we will pick up the bass. Making sure each note still rings fully and for the same duration as all the other ones. So now we're going to do a variation of this finger exercise, and we're going to take it backwards with our left hand. So we're still going to keep the alternate picking going in our right hand, going index, middle, except now we're going to start on our 4th finger, or our pinky, and to the 3rd finger, to the 2nd finger, to the 1st finger. And then we do the same thing on the next string. You guessed it. Same thing on the next. Making sure we start each string with our index, and then we end with our middle. So it would be a very good idea to every now and then just stop in the middle of the exercise and make sure that the correct finger matches up with the other one. And then we're going to do the same thing we did with the previous exercise. Shift the whole thing up a fret. And so it is very important to download some form of metronome to make sure that you are consistent, which will also help you with your rhythm and timing. And then you from the first finger. And then we shift up, we can go down. Or do the opposite. Use backwards going up. Now we're going to do a variation of that first exercise, but now we're going to practice skipping strings. So we're going to start on the 5th fret again with our first finger, making sure we've got alternate picking on our right hand. So now we skip a string, then we go back one, and then we skip one. Now it's pretty much very optional if you want to shift up a fret, skip a string, go to there, and skip. Or we can go backwards with it. Or we can change between going up and down and backwards and forwards. So the possibilities are quite endless, and each and every one of these variations is a very good exercise. Not only strengthen your hand, but also to get the string skipping thing under the knee is very important. So the next exercise we're going to do is also a string skipping one, and this one is called the spider or the tarantula, or whichever spider you like to name it. So what we're going to do, we're going to start it as the previous exercises with our first finger on the 5th fret on this low E string. Now the next one, we're going to put our second finger on the next fret, but on the next string. Then we're going to go back down with our third finger, still the next fret, keeping this one finger per fret and moving between the strings. And then we do the same on the next set. So first finger, second finger on the next string, down, third finger, and our fourth finger to the next string. And we continue this. Now we go up a fret, taking this nice and slow, making sure that each note is crystal clear. Eventually picking up the speed. Once again, having a metronome for this is crucial. For our next exercise, we are going to break the pattern that we have in our left hand, moving from the first finger to the second finger to the third and to the fourth. So we're going to have a few variations here. So let's start off with going first finger, third finger, second finger, fourth finger, and then we just apply that to all the previous exercises we had. So now we can go first finger, fourth finger, second, third, first, fourth, second, third. And to make our pinky stronger, which is naturally the weakest finger, we can go fourth, third, fourth, second, fourth, first, and move up a fret. exercises so far, we have been focusing on getting synchronization between our left hand and our right hand, with the one finger per fret concept in the left and the alternate picking in the right. To further build finger strength, you're going to work on a hammering exercise, which requires absolutely no right hand and just pure strength builder in the left hand. So without plucking any of these notes, you want to make sure that you hit the string hard enough so that it rings all by itself. And I'm just repeating that first variation we had earlier in our left hand. Going first finger, third, second, fourth. Which you can do in any combination you want. So backwards as well.